Good morning, good morning. My name is Jennifer Tom.
And I'm Darlene Rimple.
It's end of the month.
Wow!
Can you believe? End of the month. June is over. Our theme, practicing self-love, is done. And today we are going to summarize the month.
Mm-hmm.
And we have so much to cover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start. As we were preparing, Darlene and I said, I learned so much. And my awareness of the practicing, why I should practice self-love, is 10 out of 10 now. Like I'm walking with that mindset and intention
Mm-hmm.
of practicing self-love, because if I don't do that, I will not. I know what was stopping me before.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm a better human being for others, for my
Mhm.
community, for my family, for my friends, because I've been practicing self-love. What has been your biggest takeaway from this June
June.
theme?
Probably. Or the wins, like focusing on our wins and our small wins. So that was one of the practices, and it's really again changed my mindset when I focus on what I've done during the day and not what I have left to do. And then also just being thankful, right, for the time. And I think the other thing when we practice self love, we connect more with other people, and I found that when you can create people around you and share and be able to do things together, it's huge that you don't do things all alone. So part of my self love, part of my thing is I always think I have to do everything, and so actually practicing self love has actually helped me reach out to other people and share the burden and do things together. And it's amazing to see when you get a team together and just how much that when everybody's caring for themselves and then they care for each other, it's amazing to see what happens and how much worth you get or how much you feel right. You don't feel overburdened. You can enjoy life. You can be present, because you're not worrying about doing everything by yourself.
Yes, 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 yes. So it's great. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So this week we're just gonna summarize one to one, just summarizing the whole thing about practicing self-love, because as we said before, common sense is not common practice. So we've been practicing the whole month, and we're just gonna dig right in.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is awareness of the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I have my engineer friend here who she processes her thoughts so well. I would love you to talk about it.
Kind of being aware of your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, it starts with definition. We started the first week talking about what is self love, and because if we don't know, we're not aware. But once we get aware of ourself, of our feelings, of what it is, and then again, the first step is always, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? And being aware of our feelings, we dismiss our feelings. We dismiss that. Well, it's not about me. It doesn't matter what I feel, it matters what everyone else feels. But when we can actually acknowledge our feelings and be truthful, total honesty, we talk about total emotional honesty. When we can be honest about our feelings, that's the first step in changing something in our life.
I love it. And I know we have friends out there who are saying, I don't want to talk about it. Have you heard someone say, I don't like talking about feelings? No feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no self love there.
No.
No judgment here, but from what we've learned, remember, we just share what we've learned from life and loss. Feelings are important.
They're very important.
And we need to be aware of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we push them or stop them or not deal with them, guess what happens?
Mm-hmm.
A pile, that's the backpack that we talk about here at Grief Talk. It's like a rock, because we are born with an empty backpack, and every time we stuff our feelings and don't deal with it, it's a long rock. And some rocks are heavier, some rocks are light, and all of a sudden you're carrying this big, heavy backpack, and you're always tired, and life is not good, and life is hard, and so many reasons for carrying this big backpack, and eventually
we can't carry it.
we can't carry it, or one loss happens and everything comes out, and that's when we have that big explosion of complicated griefs. We can't deal with it, and sometimes it leads to addiction. It's a fact. When it's too heavy, we need, because nobody likes to feel pain. We don't like the loss, so we find how can we numb it. So that's why feelings, what Darlene is saying, awareness of the feelings is important. So for all my friends who we know each other, we say we don't like to deal with feelings. We need to be aware of feelings.
Awesome.
Good one.
Oh, the next one is accept how you feel. It's one thing to acknowledge your feelings. It's another thing to accept them and be okay with having that feeling. When you have a feeling, it doesn't mean you have to be controlled by your feelings. You don't have to react in a negative way to your feelings, but you need to accept that it's okay to feel. And the big one is it's okay to feel sad. It's okay when you've had a significant loss to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry about some things. We often focus on it's not okay to have the negative emotions, but it's certainly okay to be happy, or we're expected to be happy and not have those negative emotions. So we need to accept that we accept emotions for what they are and not judge or condemn ourselves for it.
I love that so much. Because our summary can be so long, we're just gonna go point.
Yes.
The next one is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. How many times do we forgive others and we don't forgive ourselves? I do that all the time. I'm so good at forgiving you, but I don't forgive myself. Tell us more about that.
Again, and forgiving is acknowledging that there's been pain, acknowledging that maybe you made a mistake, you did something wrong, and then it's, again, forgiveness is saying, okay, I'm going to let go of that pain. I'm going to release myself from that. I let myself off the hook, right? Or maybe not let myself, but I'm going to release that. I'm just going to release it. So when we can acknowledge our feelings, when we can accept our feelings, then we can make apologies, or we can do whatever we need to correct that, and then we can forgive ourselves, which is basically saying, I am going to release that pain. I'm going to release that.
And this month was, again, I said it touched me to the soul, because as we do life, people hurt us. And I was hurt, and I had to say the exact statement. I choose to release this pain. I choose not to let it hurt me anymore. That doesn't mean I was not hurt. It means I choose to release it so that it doesn't hurt me anymore.
And it doesn't mean that person, it was right what that person did, right?
No.
But when we can acknowledge it, we can release that pain, and then it depends, right? Then we can be free, no matter what the person responds to us.
Yeah, that is huge, I'm just gonna share here. Please check out our programs, because, like our grief recovery method that we do, there is a component that is one of the tools we use to say, I choose to release the pain so that doesn't hurt me anymore. And
it's such a big tool.
It's so amazing. Yes, and as I said, I used it this month. So thank you. And last but not least, but maybe it's not the last one. Change your self-talk. Like, how do you change your self-talk? How do you talk to yourself? I ask myself all the time, the way I'm talking to myself, would I talk to Darlene like that? I'm like, no. I'm always telling Darlene how awesome she is, how amazing she is, what a gift she is. And I tell myself, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not, like, I'm so stupid. I don't even like to repeat those things that go through my mind. So to change that self-talk for me, I've been practicing just like a visualize. I say, would I talk like that to my friend Darlene? And the answer is no. And if it's a no, then I change my self-talk.
It's just like that definition we said at the very beginning, right? Self-love is treating yourself with the compassion as if you were your own best friend. We wouldn't tell our best friend, oh, you're stupid. or you can't do anything. Or hopefully we don't tell them. They wouldn't be our best friends for long if we told them that, right? So again, how do we treat ourselves, right? And how do we change that? Like that's a tape that runs in our head from, and lots of times it's because other people have said it to us. And so we keep hearing that tape. So again, we need to change that tape. And we change that tape again by sometimes it's going back and seeing why we believe that in the first place. And then and again, that's why I love grief recovery, because we go back and look at our lives. Where did that come from? And then once we can deal and forgive, let go, forgive, then we can start saying positive things to ourselves. We can release that, and then we can start saying positive things to ourselves.
Oh, I love it. Seriously, remember Grief Cafe is where we share lessons learned through life and loss. And even just hearing Darlene say that, my heart is just, oh, yes. It's a reminder why we do this. It's a reminder why we release the hurt. We do this, we forgive, and then life is just so amazing. And it's not just because of the sunshine, it's because of who we are being from the inside. Okay, I love this one so much. Surround yourself with supportive people. Supportive people. Out of 7 billion people, you're going to find somebody who is supportive. And I'm just going to say this. If you are looking for supportive people, please join our community. Join us, connect with us, because we have a calling to be supportive to our friends, family, neighbors, community, because we love this work so much.
We do. And we love, and we have, and I'm just going to put a plug in for one of our next, our Trails of the Heart is starting in July. And this is about people who want to make changes in your life. So if you would like to make changes, if you would like to find purpose, and deal with these emotions, and so that you can move forward and do it in a group, come and join us on Trails of the Heart. It's going to be Thursday nights for 6 weeks, where you can come and meet with people and horses, and we get to and again, you get support, and you'll surround yourself with all people who are all trying to move forward and change.
I love it so much. Please connect with us. That's why we're here. That's why we show up, and that's why we love our mission, which is to build stronger connections and to walk together through this beautiful gift we've been given called life. And until July, we have an exciting theme. Stay tuned, share our information, grab our book, and
come to our program.
Yeah, we have
our program.
all sorts of things, right?
Yes.
And until then, we are so grateful. This was an amazing month of June, practicing self-love. It's been one of my favorite months. Until then, connect with us.